Hey Bliss Bunnies, Melanie here, Experiments in Bliss, and I'm coming in to check in with you today with a couple of tips that I have. In my last video, I talked a little bit about embracing the ebbs in life, those spaces between that motivated flow where things are really starting to fall into place or progress is really happening. And those ebbs are really more about the places of stillness, the places of introspection, where things might feel a little stuck or a little stagnant, or maybe there's a lack of direction happening. I've been feeling a lot of volleying in my life between the ebb and flow periods. And while it's often more comfortable to be in the midst of the flow, I feel like it's really important to spend a little time working through the ebb periods and really getting the benefits of those periods, because without the ebbs we can't really appreciate the flow or give it the direction that we might want to give it. It gives us a chance to slow down and figure out what it is we want and where it is we're going, and what direction we really want to be moving toward. So I have come up with 9 tips for navigating those ebb times in life. And these are just 9 things that work for me. If they work for you, great. If they don't, that's fine. If you have anything you want to add, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Hopefully, these will be some things that can help you if you find yourself feeling a little stuck in the midst of an ebb period. All right, here we go. So number 1 is to start a gratitude journal. The idea of a gratitude journal is simply to list the things that you're grateful for. And in doing so, you're, first of all, reminding yourself of all the really nice things in your life. And secondly, you're shifting your internal energy from a state of lack or a state of negativity to a state of abundance and positivity. And in doing so, you're going to really have that law of attraction working with you. So it's a really nice way to really take advantage of that still period, that still quiet period, so that you can focus on the things that are working in your life rather than the things that aren't. Number 2, fantasize. Dream about what your ideal life looks like. And this is a really great way to start imagining and getting a real clear idea of what it is you want your life to start looking like when it does start to flow again. So it's a really good time to start finding direction and getting clear on what it is you want, so that you, once you do have that flowing energy coming back into your everyday existence, you'll be able to guide it because you'll know the direction in which you want to guide it forward. And there are a number of different ways that you can do this. You can sit around and daydream and just visualize what a really awesome life would be like. You might create a vision board. You can write about it. Some people do well talking about it with someone else and really getting that bouncing of ideas back and forth from another person or other people. It really doesn't matter how you do it. It is totally up to you. The important thing is go big or go home. Think about every possible aspect of your life and how it could be perfect. No restrictions. You could have absolutely anything you want. What would that look like? And then record it in some way. Number 3 kind of goes hand in hand with number 2, and that is to search for images online that bring you inspiration. For me, it can be just being reminded of things that make me feel good. Anything that really just sort of brings me a sense of comfort or a sense of excitement. And my favorite tool for doing this is Pinterest. There is nothing more luxurious for me in these ebb moments than just giving myself permission to fall down a Pinterest hole. Creating boards that have no other purpose but to display images that just evoke a sense of happiness from me. In doing that, I'm changing from those sort of darker, heavier feelings to lighter, happier, more fulfilling feelings. And when I change that focus, I change my external experience, because where we put our focus is what we create. So as much as you can during these ebb periods, it's important to really start shifting your focus to the most positive feelings you can procure in the moment. And Pinterest is one thing that really helps me to do that. Number 4 is one of my favorites, and that's to take a wallow day. A day where you check out of your everyday life and you only do things that feel good and supportive and comforting and delicious for you. Some of those things that I like to do are take a bubble bath, look through magazines, just staying in bed all day, coming in and out of sleep. It feels really, really nourishing to cocoon like that, or at least it does for me. Reading a good book, spending time, uninterrupted time, free of guilt, free of this idea that you should be doing something else, and really focusing on whatever that thing is that you don't allow yourself to do, but that brings you joy. Enjoying whatever it is you like to do in a really indulgent kind of way, and wallowing in it. And sometimes part of that wallow day might be feeling sad or feeling afraid, and wallowing in that for a little while too, just to really just have at it, experience that emotion, so that then you can move through it and then begin to shift your focus. So give yourself time to wallow. I highly recommend it. Number 5, get outside. Go into nature. Mama Nature is a brilliant, brilliant healer. I often say that when I go into the woods, it's kind of like going to church, because I find answers. It's amazing how when we go into whatever our favorite aspect of nature is, the beach, the ocean, the woods, the desert, whatever works for you. But when we get to that place where we feel really connected to the natural world, it's amazing how we can just allow the extraneous aspects of life to fall away and really begin to clearly see what's important for us in any given moment as individuals and as part of a collective. So whatever it is that you feel connected to in nature, get there, take advantage of it, get still, get quiet, and allow the answers to come to you. Number 6, hang out with animals. It is very difficult to feel despondent, to focus on fear, to focus on negativity when you are hanging out with animals. Number 1, most animals are super cute. But number 2, animals have this exuberance for living in the moment. And we can learn a lot from that example. It's also really nice to feel unconditionally loved. And animals offer that. At least most of them do. Don't hang around grumpy animals. Maybe just hang around friendly animals. But you can do this with your own pets. You can do this with, if you have friends who have pet companions, you can go to pet shops because those animals are usually very in need of loving attention. You can volunteer. That is an awesome way to spend time with animals, because then you're also giving back to the community, which can feel very good as well. But find a way to hang out with animals, because I guarantee joy and laughter and absolute bliss. And on a similar note, we come to number 7, and that's hang out with children. Kids have that same sort of innate ability to live in the moment and to fully express who they are and every single emotion that they feel, and not to let them linger, to express and move forward. And that's something that is really inspirational, at least for me, when I'm in the middle of one of those ebb situations where I'm feeling really stuck and I'm feeling like focusing my attention on the lack of progress. And it's really awesome just to be reminded by watching kids in the moment and seeing how any of those setbacks just roll right off them, and they continue to move forward, they continue to grow, they continue to find the beauty and the positivity and the joy in every moment. And that's something that really helps us to move through those ebb periods and helps us get our flow back. So yeah, hang out with kids. It can be a really awesome experience. Number 8, meditate. 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 And keep in mind that it is a practice. It is a meditation practice, not a meditation perfect. So you don't have to do it perfectly. And there are tons of different ways to meditate, and it really doesn't matter which one you choose. Find something that feels comfortable for you, or at least comfortable enough, and do it. Experiment with it. Try a couple of different varieties of meditation and see what works. But through regular, consistent practice, we do get a sense of stillness and clarity that is really difficult to find in any other way, especially in our very immediacy and distraction-prone society. So find your form of meditation and do it every single day, even for a short period of time, and clarity will come, and confidence will come, and peace will come. And finally, number 9, get creative. Get lost in the bliss of self-expression. When I find myself feeling either full of a chaotic mishmash of emotions, or when I feel like I'm not feeling much of anything at all, it's really helpful for me to start putting those sensations into some kind of physical form so that I can make sense of what's happening. Sometimes I write, sometimes I'll take photographs, sometimes I'll draw. Collage is another great way. Performance art, dance, puppetry, whatever. Just creating. It doesn't matter what it is. Find some way of creating and really putting your internal experience into external manifestation, so that, one, you can get it out of your system, so to speak, but also so you can look at it from a very different and very concrete perspective. And sometimes that can really help to make sense of things that are feeling a little jumbled. So find a way of expressing yourself that's fun, that's enjoyable, and then try to learn from that process of expression. So this is certainly not an exhaustive list. These are just 9 things that work for me. So I hope that it's helpful for you. If you want to add to the list, again, please feel welcome to do so. I would love to hear what works for you. You can add that down in the comments below. Please subscribe while you're at it. And if there's anything that you are interested in learning about from me, please shoot me a message or add that in the comments also. I'd be happy to make some videos that are more directly inspired by your request. Alright, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Bliss Bunnies. I love you.